man you are.
You know, I see you sons of bitches in the chat mocking the brilliant music that is the brilliant music. Fuck you all. Welcome to Jaffe Speaks, which I know when I say it out loud it sounds so pretentious, but it was used to be called Jaffe Talks About Games, Jaffe Talks About Anything. The point is, welcome to the show. It's nice to see everybody. We have two big shows today. Our show this morning, well, this morning may be a bit of a dud only because we're going to watch a little bit of a press conference coming up at noon, California time, from this Representative Luna. And she says it's bigger, it's bigger than aliens. It's bigger. It's a government disclosure. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's probably it. My hopes are not high, but I am gonna tune in for it because you know you never know. My guess is if she's gonna be talking about aliens and UFOs and shit, I have a very good feeling it ain't gonna be coming from her. When we finally do get any kind of information, but we'll be tuning into that. We'll be looking at some of the reviews or previews from South of Midnight. We'll talk a little bit about State of Play, which is coming up, I think, is it tomorrow? Sony's got a 40-minute State of Play coming up tomorrow we'll be talking about. and you know, just some weird shit. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple of demos that I've been playing that I found last night that I want to just share with you. I think are really, really cool. And, you know, your calls, your comments, and, you know, it's that kind of day. But it's nice to see everybody. Hello. I used to love this song you see on your screen. This is Scandal, The Warrior, featuring Patty Smythe. There was this girl, Nikki Jacobson. Nikki Jacobson, you know, she was mostly a friend in high school and junior high. But I think we kind of, you know, quote, went out in junior high for like a week. Who knows what that shit was. But I remember this song reminded me of her. And now I will tell you, she's like, I hung out with her and her husband about 5 years ago. Out of all the people I went to high school with, right, she is the absolute, seemingly most healthy person to emerge from that school. She's a yoga teacher. She's got a great relationship. She's in great shape. You know, she kind of just seems like, all right, you escaped some of that bullshit that you had to deal with as a kid. And I dig her, and I think of her whenever I hear this song. People are like, why am I watching this show, Jaffe? Is it therapy? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. I got fucking this motherfucker in my chat. Listen to this fucking asshole. Listen to this piece of shit.
Thank you for being so dumb.
Well, that, but not that. I was going to play this.
9/11 was horrible. I'm glad we shot Obama dead. I think it's wonderful. Fuck that guy.
There was not a Freudian slip. Doesn't matter. The point is, listen to this fucker in the chat, David K. He says, Game Pass, this is what's going to be on the show. Game Pass is apparently a great value in the future of gaming. AI is the future. Jaffe will spend 15 minutes on news and 15 minutes on a random comment disagreeing with him. There's a new show. You know what? Fuck you, motherfucker. Let me tell you something. You think it's easy to do 2 shows a day? You think it's easy to find shit to talk about that is compelling and entertaining and not the most... I was talking to Tech Protect. God knows where he is. God knows where he is. I'm paying the guy's fucking my kid, and I'm paying him. And he writes me this morning, and he says, hey, we're going to do a show at 10:30. And I said, well, you know, 10:30, 11, I'm gathering the news together. And now I can't find him. I'm like, where the fuck is Tech Protect? I don't fucking know. Probably fucking my kid somewhere. Goddamn van by the river. I don't fucking know what he's doing. Jesus. He's not 30. He's in his 20s, and she's in her 20s, and they have I'm very happy about their relationship. I just wish it wouldn't fucking interfere with my fucking show. Stoner Joe drops super chat. Thank you, good sir, Stoner Joe. He says, hey, Silent Hill 2 is so good. It is. It is, isn't it? It's delightful. It's excellent. It's so weird that game was only here like brand new a couple of months ago, and I've already kind of forgotten it. But when you bring it back up, Stoner Joe, you're right. It is really good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Lammy says he's fucking your kid and my show. You goddamn right. Jesus. God. Let's just sit and wait. Where are you at, Tech? This is ridiculous. You think Joe Rogan would put up with Jamie not showing up until he wants to? Good God. Good God. Where the fuck is this guy? God, I hope he didn't, like, fall down and shoot himself with one of his fucking guns he has in the background. All right. Listen now. Your show would need a decent schedule. Oh, shut up. Shut up about the decent schedule. Look, here's what you get from me that you're not going to get from anybody else. You're going to get honesty. You know what? Now, I'm going to give you a show like you people think you want. Do you really want this? Do you really want this? Here, this is what you guys say you want. Let's just go to the new. Let me show you how they do it. This is how they do it. Here we go. Let's just go to Twitter. Okay? I'm going to give you exactly what you're asking for. Here we go. Topics for Gabbing and Games. Let's just pick one. Hello, Morgan. Okay, let's pick. This is how most of them do it. right? This is how most of these guys that you want me to be like do it, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Let me get because you know what they like to do is they like to read it on the air for the first time. They don't even know what the news is when they go live. I've researched this shit. Well, here's a news story, fellas. Almost 30 years later, I can probably do it better than they can. I've never even goddamn seen this story. But, you know, almost 30 years later, you guys, one of the longest running MMORPGs, they're getting a new class. Now, this is coming from GameSpot, right? I have not played this game yet, but it is the first and longest running. I don't know how it can be one of the first, but that's what the article says. One of the first longest running MMORPGs ever made. It's called Tibia. It's getting a new class. It's been 30 years, you guys. 30 years. Finally, the developer says, we're going to give you guys a monk. We're going to give you guys a monk for the thing, for the game. It is a, if you remember, this game originally launched with a sorcerer, paladin, druid, and knight. And now they're adding a monk. There's the blog post they put up. I'm pretty good at this. You wouldn't even know that I hadn't read this story. Let's try another one. Yeah, I'd never heard of this game. I have never fucking heard of this game in my fucking life. But you would not know that I had never read that story. Let's do one let's do one that would require a little bit more work or that you guys would know about. Okay, here we go. Let's do a Marvel Rivals story, okay? Oh my God, you guys playing Marvel Rivals? Holy cow. That game is on fire. People are loving it. They're adding the Ben Grimm, the Thing, and they're adding Johnny Storm this week. Listen to this. Marvel Rivals, though, they listen to their fans. They listen to their fans. They're reversing plans to deliver mid-season rank reset following the players didn't like it. The players didn't like it. So Marvel Rivals, NetEase, the creators said, we're stepping back. Listen to this. They're walking back plans. This is coming from IGN to issue a mid-season rank reset for their competitive players. They announced this yesterday. It's been less than 24 hours. They're saying, nope, to our fans. They're walking it back. The studio revealed the reversal with a new Dev Diary blog post, says this article on the website. They said, hey, man, following a wealth of feedback from the community, there is no longer going to be a 4-division hit to player competitive rank when Season 1 mid-season update arrives on the 21st of February. How's that? You guys bitch all the time. They don't listen. If they just fucking listen to us. Oh, my God. Well, right? Wait, now the stream is buffering. God, this is not the day for this stream. Now we're back. Now we're back. I do not have the shittiest connection. I need to call my cable company, though, and say, what the fuck is going on? I'll show you a fucking speed test right goddamn now. Right? So you're okay. So let's talk about that Marvel Rivals. So you're telling me that was entertaining? You would tune in for that? You would want to hear me just read the fucking news and give you a little bit of a twist? I can do that all day long. Is the stream back, though? Tell me that, though. Do we have our stream back, or is it dead? Because, you know what, Anonymous? Fuck you, he says, and Jaffe tells us streaming is the future. Hopefully you get it worked out. What's there to get worked out? Look at my goddamn internet speed test. Hang on. Something else is going on. Speed test. Let me take this off the screen so it doesn't show you my ISP. Okay, look at this goddamn thing. This is a bat out of hell. 543, not bad. 1213 up. What's the problem? What's the fucking problem? 10 MS, give your input and shit. No, I know. I'm just saying that, oh, LOL, Jaffe uses generic speed test. That is a good up speed. What are you talking about? What is the average up speed? YouTube has a bad back end which causes these issues, says Left Control. No, I don't think I'm having issues. what should your upload be? I mean, I'll pay for more. Upload it slow. What should it be? Oh my God, shut up telling me it sucks. Tell me what I need to tell them I want. Your up speed is a gig? Shit, I need to get that. Okay, I didn't know I could get faster upload. I'm just paying for the best they have. All right, I'll upload the speed today. All right, shut up. I heard you fuckers. Hang on. Upload speed. Hang on. All right, I got you. It'll be here tomorrow. God almighty. Anyway, the point is, though, you can come at me and you can say, oh, Jaffe, where's the news? I mean, do you want the news? I can read you the news if you want, but here's what I got planned for you sons of bitches today, right? I got stuff, we got the state of play coming tomorrow. All right, well, the state of ghetto net speed, suck your own cock, Morgan, you motherfucker. Listen. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Yes. Why is my mic all weird? Johnny's still on dial-up. The real news. Here's the deal. State of Play is coming up tomorrow. We will be streaming it here on this very channel. And 40 minutes, they say. 40 minutes. There's a rumor the first 3 God of War games might be remastered, referred to as the Greek Saga Collection. I'm going to tell you guys something. Right now. I'm going to tell you something. This is the inside baseball you come here for, right? So I got an email the other day, and there's just, they're looking to celebrate, and I'm not going to tell you how. I won't spoil anything for you, but they're looking to celebrate. God of War's been around now, I think coming up on 20 years. And I was very grateful. They reached out and said, hey, do you want to be a part of it? And I'm kind of conflicted. I love that they asked me. I appreciated that they asked me. That's really nice. That's really nice. And, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Something feels weird about being involved in that. What's that about? It's like, well, maybe because you shit on Ragnarok, Jaffe. Well, it could be that. But I can't do my job for you guys, which is being honest about how I feel, and at the same time show up and take a celebratory lap with all the other teams that have contributed when I just kind of, was all like, hey, I think Ragnarok's boring. And I'm always saying Ragnarok's beautifully made. It is. And I'm always, throwing great flowers towards Eric Williams, who I think is a fucking genius when it comes to combat design, because he is. But the game was boring. It was fucking boring. So what am I supposed to do? I don't know, but I'm not going to not be honest. I can't do it. Why wouldn't you go? Roadkill says. To me, it just seems like you're making up the story. Who gives a shit what you think? Roadkill, go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit what it seems to you. I got the email. You think I'm just making it up? Come on now. So, yeah, I secretly worked on the remasters. I really didn't. I mean, I don't know what they're showing at State of Play tomorrow. I have no fucking cockadoodie idea. What I would say is, I think there's enough, chatter to suggest there'll be something God of War. I would prefer it not be the Greek Saga Collection. Unless they have remade it. Like if they've remade God of War 1 through 3 like God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, then I'm all over that. That's exciting. But if it's just like, oh, look, better textures. Maybe they went back in and added the sandstorm from God of War 1 we had to cut. Maybe Corey had some stuff he had to cut from 2. I don't remember. Then I would say, okay, that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I want something new. I want a remake, or I want a brand new one, this Egypt rumored kind of thing. I don't think it has to play like Souls, Morgan. Morgan says, I don't want to play God of War that plays like Souls. I don't mean that. If you played Ragnarok Valhalla, when you were going up the ramp, to push the guy in the cage, it didn't play like Souls. It was still a hack and slash. It was just, over the shoulder camera. But we'll see. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know any goddamn thing about this. So, so maybe there'll be that. I'm sure we'll have to waste at least half of this fucking thing on Death Stranding 2. I'm sorry. I know you guys love it. But there was another news story that came out. This was in the medical version, whenever CNBC covers medicine. They're basically talking about insomnia, and they said they discovered that if they just let patients play Death Stranding 1 for about 4 minutes, they're out like a light. So, but I know some of you guys love it, so I guess we'll have to sit through that fucking shit. And that's tomorrow. It looks great, by the way. I'm not knocking Kojima. Is that his name? I'm not knocking Kojima. It's the trailer for 2 does look great, and what I played from Death Stranding 1 was compelling. It's just, God, my God, dude, it's so slow. And all you have to do, honestly, is watch that trailer that just released for Metal Gear Delta, the remake, where they slipped I don't know if they slipped it, it was in the trailer, but where they put in the release date of it. And it's like, okay, that's the Kojima I love, right? The Kojima where, yes, it's weird as fuck, but that weird as fuck shit is kind of marbled into a more traditional game. But when the game is weird as fuck and the concept is weird as fuck, and then you've got all the goddamn cutscenes, oh my God. It's just too much Kojima. You never go full Kojima is what the rules should be. Lammy says Death Stranding 2 has its own show. Yeah, but they'll probably... Okay, so let's say they're not showing that. So what are we going to get? We ain't getting that Devil Inside game. God knows that's never coming out. So what are we going to get? Maybe Resident Evil? Probably not. Capcom would save that for them. So we got God of War, Wolverine maybe. Maybe Corey's going to give us a teaser of what he's been working on. That'd be cool. I'm dying to see what that guy's working on. That guy has got a mountain of stress on top of him, I would assume. So I'm dying to see how he... bust out from that and goes, okay, I've been struggling and this is my vision. It's not me taking God of War. It's not me doing Mad Max. It's not me doing Justice League. It's Cory Barlog from the beginning. I've never seen that. I'd like to see that. I hope we get some Xbox games shown. That would be cool. I have a hard time believing they're going to reveal Gears Remastered, Carlos, before at Sony before they reveal it at Microsoft. That seems hard to believe. Never go full Kojima needs to be on a Gavin shirt. Okay, I'll make it. If I had a producer of the show, I could say, hey, tech, write that down. Let's make some merch. But, I don't know where the fuck this guy went. What if he's dead? I would feel so terrible if he died. And it's like, my daughter's like crying over the body right now because she accidentally shot him with one of those fucking guns he's got in the background. And now he's just like bleeding out. And she's like, I don't know what to do. I can't stop the bleeding. And I'm just like, well, you got to make some merch, you fucking corpse. It could happen. Will Forza be there? Maybe. Forza's a great game, man. I'll tell you what, Forza Horizon, not the new, I can't play sim racers, but Forza Horizon, though, is the goddamn knees bees, man. And I hope a lot of people on the PlayStation side who haven't played it really give it a chance because it's delightful. It's fucking delightful. Jaffe, hurry up and finish Kingdom Come 2. Oh, I'll be playing Avowed this week. I'll be getting an early access. But, I'm not revealing how I feel about Tech. I'm saying he's not here, so maybe he's died. I don't know where he is. And he reached out to me this morning. Jaffe, time to get back into the world of making games, if you ask me, says John. I didn't ask you, John. But I am talking to a company right now, Johnny John, about doing some consulting with them. I was doing consulting with movie games for a while. That they're not really as active as they used to be, so I haven't been doing that. But there's a new company that reached out, and I was like, oh my God, I really like this company. I have for a very, very long time. And they're like, hey, maybe we could do something together. And, you know, you never know. No, nothing's done till it's done. There's no deal yet, but we're talking about it, and that could be fun. But that's about the limit for me right now. Stoner Joe says, "Can I be a Discord mod?" No. But thank you, Stoner Joe. I appreciate the super chat. I also appreciate your other super chat where you said, I may have caused the DC helicopter airplane crash. Why? Okay, I don't even need to answer why you can't be a Discord mod. You know why? Because this is what you literally paid your hard-earned money to tell me not 5 minutes ago in the super chat. Stoner Joe says, I might have caused the DC helicopter airplane crash with math equations and music videos while simultaneously gaining the interest of 3 famous people. And what's funny is there's a good chance he really believes that. So no, thank you for the super chat. Allow me to tell you, you didn't cause the accident. And also, no, you cannot be a mod. But thank you for that super chat as well. Morgan has been a member for 32 members. Thank you, buddy. You know I appreciate that. She says, Jaffe, can you change the Console War channel to Otakudom for us ultra otaku? We already have unofficially claimed it via Rob's permission. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Sounds good to me. I only go into the general. I don't go anywhere else for the most part on our Discord. I go to the general and I go to the call-in shows, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, you got it, pal. Just remind me. Making airplane crash jokes is plain wrong, says Cowboy Nation. Oh, I know. We had another one yesterday. I mean, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but, you know, hey, whatever. Listen to this. This is a nice little news story that's come our way in this beautiful morning. BuzzFeed's new plan, an AI-powered social media platform to help spread joy. I'm not even fucking with you. This is what caught my eye right here. The CEO says people miss the 2010s, and I think that's true, the internet of the 2010s. I don't know what this means, the beer and wine era of the internet. I'm not sure what that means. But I do like, he says, he calls out social platforms for prioritizing what he describes as content with exaggerated stakes that manufacture anger and provoke fear amongst other negative emotions in order to retain user attention. BuzzFeed would be launching a new social media platform with the goal to spread joy and enable playful, creative expression. The announcement is very light on details, but the CEO noted that the platform is going to use AI to give users agency instead of stealing their agency. I don't know. I'm kind of in the headspace for that. I'd love to see that. Maybe it's because I've been playing this game a little bit. Look at this. Have you seen this? You can find it at neil.fun on your web browser. It is a clicker, but it basically is designed to bring back all the joy of the early 2000s internet, right? So the more you click, the more of these kind of little apps that you open, right? So we can get the bouncing DVD, it'll cost you $5. Add tab title. We can get, so watch this. You'll see in a minute what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, Bitrate said it could just be people miss having more disposable income. Could be. You can open up Subway Surfers down there. All I need is 100 more of these fucking things. And eventually it'll start clicking on its own, so you don't have to actually sit here and click this shit if you don't want to. But by the end of it, you just have this beautiful collage. You have this beautiful collage of like early 2000s, late 90s, just shit all over your screen. And it's fucking delightful, man. Yeah, Leo Lyon says, I flew last week. I was glad to make it home safe. Yeah, I want to have my kid come home from Vegas, but I'm like, don't get on a fucking plane, man. Drive or I'll come pick you up because I absolutely do not want you driving around. There's the lo-fi girl. Look at her down there doing her little lo-fi bullshit. Now, that was a little later than 2010s. That was, I think. But this is kind of cool. If you are missing the 90s or the early 2000s, you can grab, let me turn this down. You can grab yourself a copy. It's free. It's not going to cost you any ducats, and they just keep adding shit to it. Look at that. Come on. I don't want to just do that, Gabriel. Gabriel says, just run XP or Vista. No, I want to do this. I want to click this all day long and feel good about my life as little things from the old days begin to... Look at this. You can get a hydraulic press. Look at this. Did I consult on this? No. Yeah, Johnny Utah says, I want to go back to the late 90s, but I was a straight white male, or I am a straight white male, so it was a great time for me. Yeah, look, here it comes, hydraulic press. Boop. Vitter, thank you, buddy, for the super chat, man. I don't know what ARS is, but doesn't matter. I've just never seen that currency, but regardless, thank you, bud. He says, if someone, this is Corey tweeting in 2020, if someone isn't working on a great single-player Mandalorian game where you play a bounty hunter flying your ship from system to system, picking up bounties, basically that's what they should be doing. But I don't think that's what Corey's working on. I don't think Sony would go out and license that particular title. And honestly, if Sony's smart, I know people have been like, oh, Corey's doing some space thing. I fucking hope not. I hope not, because that's the problem they're in now. Let's do what was the thing? Let's do Last of Us, and then let's also do the goddamn the Days Gone. It's crazy. Thank you, ARS. He says you can upgrade your Beskar armor and get into adventures, then I really don't know what the hell we're doing. Would this be a hint of what he's doing now? I don't think so. Corey has a lot of discipline when it comes to this stuff. Anyway, you get the idea. That's what this is. It's fun. It's a nice little, click cadet. Oh, look at that. It's a fun little thing. Do with it what you will. I wish I could now make it go away. Maybe I can. Hang on. Let's do Grudge Report. He's got a lot of discipline, Corey, in the sense that he doesn't tweet when he shouldn't. He doesn't reveal things when he shouldn't. So I'm almost certain Corey did not accidentally let it slip what he was working on. I think he was just kind of like, I don't see him tweet much anymore, but from time to time he'll tweet about, the Neverending Story. I'd love a game like that. So no, I don't think when we do get to see what he's working on, we will, it'll have anything to do with that. You refunded Civ 7. It was horrible. My what did you get it on? Is it only currently on, here, I'll put the link up for you guys if you want that. Is it only currently on PC, or did you play it on console? But I know that, there are people that are struggling with the, they're struggling a lot with the user interface. And apparently yesterday, Firaxis separated the crossplay from console to PC. So I guess it is on console, because they want to make updates to PC faster. And I believe what we'll do is get a user interface improvement, which is the biggest complaint I see from Civ 7. So I'm excited for it. But I'm still really deep into Kingdom Come 2. I will be playing Avowed this week, so I don't know when I'm going to get around to it. Jeffrey Wright says, can you explain where and what point in time you became such a brain dead cuck? I'm more than happy to engage in what seems like a fun conversation, Jeffrey, but I need you to be specific. What specific act or acts have I done that would paint me in your mind as such a brain dead cuck? And then I can work backwards and say, oh, okay, this is what he's talking about. Then I'm happy to answer you. But I don't know what you're talking about. So, but yeah, tell me. Look at this. Here's Johnny Cage. There's Johnny Cage, played by Urban, which is weird because Johnny Cage is supposed to be younger, I thought. But, I don't know. I like Carl Urban. He's a cool dude, and I think it's a cool poster. And I saw Ed Boon tweeting about the movie Mortal Kombat 2 coming soon. Was he in the first Mortal Kombat? I remember watching it, but I was stoned as fuck. Oh, I see. You think defending... How do you think I defended Alyssa Mercante? I had her on my show. She might be on the show this week. I like her from what I know of her. I barely know her, but from that exchange I had, like a 3-hour exchange, I like her, but I don't know if I defended her, but maybe I should, or maybe I did. And we be more specific, pal. Oh, he was an Easter egg at the end. I gotcha. Okay. Cage is way older in the current games. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. What else? Look at that. I don't know. This isn't news, but the headline says, "What the hell is this creature?" And my answer is, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. But it's a goat, I guess. And I guess it's like a deformed goat. Right? That's kind of neat, I guess. Deformed goat, says Pompish. I'm worried about Tech Protect now. At first it was a joke. Now I'm worried the guy's dead. I'm really worried he's dead. Let's call him. What the fuck's he doing? Where is this guy? I'm calling him right now. God, I hope there's no bad emergency or something that happened. Yeah, poor little goat. Look at a goat there. He's like, I'm sad. He's a goat from Bloodborne. You goddamn right. You goddamn right that's what he is. Look at this. I don't care about this. Hands on. GTA 6 tomorrow. Oh, God, no, Addy Pie. No, I don't think so. I have not watched any of these, so here's what we're going to do. I don't even know where Tech Protect is. Let's see if where's my kid? Let me call my kid, see if she knows where he is. Hang on. So South of Midnight, thank you, Da Vinci's, for that image. South of Midnight, I have not watched these yet, but I am very curious about it. So I'm not going to sit here and watch all of these, but I am going to jump to the end, like the last minute of each one, and let's see what the consensus is. Right? Let's see what the consensus is, shall we? All right. Oh, shut up, Pompish. Here we go.
Who worked on titles like Plague Tale to Streets of Rage to Dying Light. If he's anything, he's eclectic. This is a guy who had musical compositions of all.
I don't give a shit. What do you think of the game?
Flashbacks, budget games have really deeply
Here we go.
like oldness in the language that I love. I'm sort of a sucker for that kind of fantasy. So my thoughts of this after a preview, hey, for one, it has a unique visual style. It makes it look almost like, I said, a playable stop-motion film like old Clash of the Titans or the Skeletons in Army of Darkness. It also has a video game set in a place that I think few big-budget games have really deeply explored, which is America's Deep South. And I love the idea of taking the rural folklore. I'm just a big fan of that. This was time well spent. I wasn't expecting much from this game because I didn't quite know, especially this is a title that just previewed a little bit weird when you look at the frame rate differences between the cutscenes, between the gameplay. But as I've jumped in, maybe something that's quite interesting for those people who
if they can shore up
story narrative kind of title like this, which, as you guys know, if you follow the channel, I like. Other times, it actually felt a little bit like Darksiders. When it comes to the ideas with the game,
here we go.
That we have absolutely seen before. It's a mix of light and heavy attacks augmented by additions such as the ability to dash and move around the world. For what I played, it felt fine. There were some idiosyncrasies like Hazel getting caught up on enemies as she ran around. If she got close to somebody and some attacks were seemingly not necessarily hitting perfectly on the collision detection, it could make that spot a little bit difficult. And that's where the platforming comes in. To get to those spots or to get away from those spots, you're going to be doing a ton of climbing and leaping and running and wall jumping, double jumping, dashing, gliding. There's this naturalness here I didn't expect with the game. And there's occasional ghost objects that you can bring back into existence into the real world to use to reach new locations. We've also seen those kind of things before, but I love that the form and the functional fit together. I also enjoyed the almost dangerous feeling of the platforming that could occur in some spots. And if this level is a preview, it's a very good indication that while still rough, it's got some glitched handholds and collision detection, it felt good. And that lends me to not only understanding and being more interested in some of the ideas that they're having, but also being able to look around and realize how much this game uses verticality, not only to your advantage, but also to the story's advantage. That is a great third chapter for people to play as either a demo or a preview like this. It all fits really nicely together. No matter where you go, something was awesome to look at. And the design of the locations, the odd mixture of sunrise and a swamp, or climbing to the very top of some giant creature in the middle of the game's preview felt pretty damn good. There's a number of games that you can say South of Midnight cribs from, but it never firmly establishes a stranglehold on copying anything. At times it was a bit like Psychonauts 2, at other times Legend of Korra, and at other times it actually felt a little bit like Darksiders. When it comes to the performance and looking at all these places,
okay, so that's pretty good. I'm excited. Hey, thank you, Stoner Joe. He says, James Holmes, the Dark Knight shooting shooter, said the symbol he drew in the notebook was meant to look like a face. I think he drew it next to a cartoon as a way to reference Stoner Joe. No, you don't. The stream is choppy as hell. Yeah, I can't help you. I can't. I mean, at this point, all I'm telling you is the minute I get done streaming today, I will be calling my cable company and going, you guys have got to fix my upload speed because it's fucking ridiculous. So it will be fixed by tomorrow, and all I can tell you is I apologize. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's unacceptable, and I'm with you. I think that looks cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Let's go to is it Skill Up? Let's jump to the end of his video.
I think the term means something else. The fact is, people's purchasing habits have changed, and they're less likely to take a chance on new IP, particularly one like this, which is more artistic, less conventional. In these instances, Game Pass is a godsend because it lets developers reach a far wider audience than they otherwise might have been able to. Based on my 2 hours with the game, South of Midnight doesn't strike me as the kind of game that's going to sell 5 million units, but it does strike me as the sort of game that people boot up on a whim when they're browsing Game Pass and they find themselves suddenly and unexpectedly spirited away. And maybe South of Midnight becomes one of the best games they'll play all year, and they never would have had that experience were it not for Game Pass. Too early to judge, of course, have to experience the full game when it arrives in April, but yeah, I like this, I'm really keen to play more of it, and at the very least, I expect the people who unexpectedly bump into this one are going to be pleasantly surprised by it. Anyway, that's all I got for now.
All right, cool, nice, I'll take it. All right, let's see, here's Eurogamer, right?
This better work.
Projectile throwing hurler Haint and be removed, or count 'em, two different kinds of spiky.
Oh, get off! Well, that's your lot, viewers. Thank you so much for checking out this big old look at South of Midnight. Hopefully, it's helped you to decide whether or not it's worth putting on your wish list. Either way, if you'd be kind enough to like
And enough incentive to continue. I guess we'll have to wait until the game's April release to see about that one, but thanks to South of Midnight digging its fantastical deep south vibes into me, I am still looking forward to finding out.
All right. So overall, let's see what Mr. Matty Plays says. Let's see what he says, and then we gotta jump over to this. The press conference. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that in a minute. We got to get to the press conference though. Here we go. Let's see.
So we're heading over to pick up our.
No, I want this. It's supposed to be a major announcement. All right, you better fucking deliver, lady. I have a feeling we're not going to be blown away by this. Watching this, I couldn't do the Zoom call. Yeah, this is Chairman Comer and Congresswoman Luna hold major press conference to make major announcement. And I agree, NC putting major in quotes. I don't expect we're going to see much of anything here. But, you know, hey, let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, so tech is not dead. But no, it's going to be a South of Midnight preview. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to go back because I like those. I like what they're showing me, and I like what that guy was saying about Game Pass, which is like, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, give it a try. Not everything has to be. Somebody's like, oh, the gameplay looks kind of rote, and cool. It doesn't, I mean, as long as it's interesting, that's all I care about. The experience can you know. Hey, Tech, I'm sending you a link. Click this link. He's going to click it. He's an idiot. All right. Major announcement to announce Metacritic for Valid. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But we'll go back to the. Oh, thanks, Joseph. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you very much, man. We will go back in just a minute to the South of Midnight conversation, but let's see what this is about first. Some people are saying JFK, but I don't know. This seems like a big nothing, but let's see.
For being here. Today is a great day for transparency in America because today I'm proud to announce the creation of the Task Force on the Declassification of Federal Secrets. This task force will be a part of the House Oversight Committee and led by the very talented and persistent Congresswoman from Florida, Anna Paulina Luna. During her time on the Oversight Committee, Representative Luna is a sledgehammer against government secrecy. She is committed to throwing open the windows for the American people to allow the sunlight of truth shine on the federal government. I can think of no better person in Congress to lead this task force than Representative Luna. Last month, President Trump signed an executive order to
Is it better? Can you hear better now?
Declassify information on the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and MLK. This task force serves to build on President Trump's
I don't
actions.
care about the announcement of a task force.
The American people have had reasonable
I
questions
want to know
what their government
who's
they
doing the
think every
camera
day
work, Stoner
keeps
Joe?
hidden about certain issues. And for far too long, the federal government has not answered these questions. This creates distrust in our institutions. That ends today.
No, if you
The
reveal
voters of
it,
this nation delivered
give
a
me some
historic mandate to
information.
President Trump on November 5th. The keystone of that mandate was demanding increased transparency of their government and elected leaders, and the mandate of this task force is to acquire that transparency. We will open this up for questions from the media, but first I'd like to hand it over to my esteemed colleague and chairman of the new task force, Congresswoman Luna, for her remarks.
How about give us a little tickle, a little tease?
When our founding fathers stood against tyranny, they did not merely oppose taxes. They defended the sacred idea of individual sovereignty. They declared that no government, agency, or title could infringe upon the freedoms of speech, religion, thought, and the pursuit of truth.
Oh, God, lady, do you know about aliens or not?
Has been dimmed by a veil of secrecy, by a government that has grown too comfortable in the shadows, denying us the transparency we deserve. But today, we stand at the dawn of a new era where the light of truth begins to shine through. A few weeks ago, President Donald Trump made a historic announcement. With the stroke of a pen, he committed to declassifying the files concerning the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I'm pretty sure
A decision not just monumental, but pivotal. It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by
BD, I've seen that video. That video is fake,
to
though.
lead the House Oversight Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the
pretty
Department of
compelling
Defense,
video,
the
BD, though.
Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King, unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs, unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs, the Epstein client list, the
Jay
origins of
Usos.
COVID-19, and the 9/11 files. This task force will be a beacon of bipartisanship.
It sounds
On the
like you're
Republican
just
side,
republishing the
Representatives
Weekly World
Burchett,
News.
Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding this to the entire governing body and will be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State. This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into irrelevance or send strongly worded letters. This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve. We will cut through the
Whether we make them up or not.
challenge the stonewalling, and ensure that the American people finally get the truth.
Right,
that
Bat
they've
Boy
been denied for
lives,
too
yeah.
long. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust. Trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us. It is my solemn
That's
duty
right,
to
Carlos.
begin mending this trust, to form
Carlos
a new
says, worst state of
relationship
play
between
so
government
far.
and the governed. Let us embark on this journey together towards a government that does not serve, but one that enlightens. that does not just serve, but one that enlightens. Trust through transparency, that begins now. Without further ado, we'd like to open it up for questions, as I'm sure many of you have those.
I'm probably not going to watch too much more of this.
Obviously, your goals are aligned with the administration's on the declassification of King and the Kennedys. How would you handle...
Thanks, Tony Sheets. Nobody can hear, by the way. Don't tell me to turn it up. I can't hear what he's saying either.
What you're looking to declassify on a certain topic, whether it's UAPs or 9/11 or something like that. How would you handle it?
I'll get to those super chats in a second.
Well, certainly, I think that they'd be supportive, being that they're advocating for this. But also,
Thanks,
I want to
Rob
remind
the
the
Mod.
American people that this is bipartisan. There's also Democrats that are looking into answering these very questions. But certainly, we would share that information with the American people. This is about transparency. And I think, again, as I stated for far too long, there's been a massive push to keep the American people in the dark, and that ends today. Chairman?
The task force does not have subpoena power. I do. The task force is going to be subsidiary of the full oversight committee. So if we have to issue one, Congresswoman Luna, we'll discuss it and we'll take appropriate action.
But in full transparency, we have a great working relationship, as I stated earlier, with the White House, with the DOJ, with the Secretary of Defense, and the Secretary.
Okay, I'm done. Do I believe it? Yeah, I believe that they're going to have this little thing. Do I believe it's going to be of any kind of value? I mean, hey, you never know, but I'm not holding my fucking breath. When they actually want to reveal something, cool. Until then, eh. All right, let's bring on this new fella to the show. Never heard of him before. A fella who likes to go by the name of Tech Protect. Whoever the fuck that is. What the fuck, Tech Protect? Where you been, pal? Do I have audio on this guy? Say something, Tech.
Hello.
I can't hear you. Hang on.
Mic test.
You
hello.
guys can probably hear him, but I can't. I can fix that. It's probably my end. Hang on.
Guys, do you hear me? Hello inside chat. It is me. We can hear him, says Hector Howell. Thank you, Hector Howell, the most handsome DM on the market.
All right, so he's on the market. Jesus. All right. What the fuck, Tech Protect? That's the news story of the day. Where the fuck you been?
There was a slight family emergency at the house.
Did somebody get shot with the gun?
No one ever gets shot with a gun. The gun does not go off. I think the gun has not been fired in like a couple months.
Okay, so are you able to share the family emergency?
Because
now we all want to know. Is my daughter safe?
Sarah, can I get proof of life? Can you say hello? Say hi. I'm alive and not under duress.
Hi, baby. Okay, so what? Can you share what happened? If not, that's okay. But we want to know.
Okay. It's like a custody battle thing.
For who?
For my cat. I know this sounds like it's not that much of an emergency, but I raised a cat from like 7 weeks old.
Did our check not clear this month? Is that what's happening? Is that why the work's been so shoddy?
No, the work hasn't been shoddy.
Do you know what I got today from Rob the Mod? Rob the Mod sent me a Discord thing that says, hey, Jaffe, I enjoyed properly timestamping the video. Let me know if you guys need any more help. I'm like, are you having Rob do shit for you? And you're off dealing with your cat?
No, he was like, hey, I appreciate being a part of the stream. Let me know if I can help out in any way. And I was like, here's this, I did this AI tool thing. You're dropping in and out, Tech. Oh no,
you gotta
turn around.
Yeah.
No. So Rob likes to be.
I don't care. I'm bored now. All right.
Anyways,
let's
the cat custody battle.
Everybody's safe though in the house, correct?
Yeah, everyone's safe. My cat's gone though, so that's.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. Isn't that terrible? That sounds awful. It really does sound awful. Was it like your ex-girlfriend came and took your cat?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend came and took the cat.
Well, but you've been taking care of it.
Yeah, I know. But she has no claim on the dog anymore, so we've come to an agreement.
So you basically gave up the cat for the dog, is what happened.
It's one of those, you know.
Oh, it's Sophie's choice, but for animals. And you chose courage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the cat was having some issues here at the house. He gets into like food packaging, and he'll like eat plastic, and it's just not good. So they don't have food packaging at their house. So.
Well, okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. Are you gonna get to visit the cat?
No. I will not get to visit the cat. No.
I just want to be clear on this. Oh, fuck it. Let's just talk. This is the girl. All right. Let's be clear for a few moments.
Yeah.
This is how weird this relationship is.
It's hyper weird.
Is this the person that had a fixation on someone we both know, aka
who I dated, who was like, "Oh, if I ever met the God of War guy, the guy, you know," and then said your name, David Jaffe, totally like fucking rock his bones. And at the time when I heard this story, I was like, I don't know who the fuck David Jaffe is. I've never played a God of War game. So I was like, oh, whatever. And then that's the story. I'm dating this girl.
Isn't that crazy? And now he is going out with my kid.
Yeah, which, by the way, I don't know if anyone knows the story. Me and Sarah, I didn't know who she was until after we were dating. She's like, oh yeah, but my dad does like video game stuff. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so the guy has like a collection of like pinball machines or like an arcade cabinet somewhere. And then, you know,
wait, hey, Tech, hang on.
Refresh?
Yeah. Something's going on. Because
I'm refreshed, it's working.
Yeah, people are saying people are saying my upload is really bad. So I'm gonna call the cable company right after today's stream and go, what the fuck, you guys? This is bullshit. Yeah. So apparently people didn't hear the whole part of the story. So
yeah. So look, I'm dating this girl. She has an obsession with God of War games. She tells me.
Wait, you got to get close. You got to get closer to the mic or turn up your gain a little bit because people can't hear you.
Hello, it is I.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm dating this girl. She has an obsession for the God of War games. She tells me, oh, if I ever meet the guy who made these, you know, the first one, the second one, I would, you know, fuck the shit out of this guy. And I was like, oh, who's that? And she's like, oh, David Jaffe. And I was like, yeah, I have no idea who the fuck that is. And I was like, okay. And then that was just like a passing thought. I never thought about it again. It just went through. And we break up eventually, like two years ago. And I meet Sarah online on like a political Discord server. And we start chatting and we hit it off. And then we start dating. And I have no idea who her family is at all. And a couple months in, she's like, by the way, my dad is like a guy on the internet, and he does video game stuff. And yeah, my thoughts were, oh, this guy has like, you know, Sonic on an arcade cabinet, or like Galaga. That's like who he is. And then she's like, no, he's a little different. You know, he's a guy. And so I put one and one together, and I find out the guy that my ex was like, I would leave you for him. I'm now dating his daughter. Just on no intent there. It happened.
I had security outside his house for a month when Sarah started saying there, because it seemed too weird to believe. It seemed too fucking weird to believe. But I could call her. Hector says, so what you're saying, Tech, is Jaffe could get your cat back if he wanted. I could call her. True. I could be like, dude, I'll tell you what. Here's the trade. Feet pics for the cat.
Jaffe feet pics.
Listen to this. Tony Sheets, thank you, buddy. He says, I'm Stoner Joe on camera doing the best I can. Thank you, buddy. And Stoner Joe says, look at the Pulse nightclub shooting sign. Tell me it doesn't look like Stoner Joe's face on the side. The terrorists are after me, Jaffe. Trump knows it. Nobody's after you, Stoner Joe. But thank you for the super chat. You should be spending some of that money seeing a therapist, sir. Little therapy. Yeah, Zeke says, Tech, any chance you can tell her I was Jaffe's right-hand man on God of War games? Absolutely. Pompish, thank you, buddy. He says he stalked you out of jealousy, found your daughter, started dating her to get back at you for his ex falling in love with your game. Yeah, I don't give a shit. As long as my daughter's happy. I'm happy. Yeah, Jonathan says, trade her one night with Jaffe for the cat back. What's in it for me? Tech sloppy seconds? You out of your mind?
That's like the ultimate family circle.
Oh, grody. No, get the fuck away. Get the fuck away, you fucking weirdo. Okay, well, I'm glad everything's better at the house.
Well, I don't have a cat now, so.
Well, you know, you got a great dog.
He's the best dog.
Yeah, so shut up, Jonathan. He says, be a team player, Jaffe. Gabriel says, come on, Jaffe, do it for the family. Come on, you idiot. Okay. Yeah, the Ravnos, I'm with you. The fucking press conference was bullshit. It's like he says, Ravnos says, I'm so glad the government told us they're going to tell us some stuff once they are told some stuff they couldn't tell us. But yeah, fuck them. What a waste of time. Let's see what Maddie thinks about South of Midnight.
Salutations will get moves that will let you like double jump and then slam the ground and do a little AoE or push someone back for more damage. Or when someone's weakened, you'll do more damage to them. Like very basic, rudimentary level upgrade tree. So I think now you kind of see where I'm at, where I'm a little bit reserved on that side of the fence. Not bad, just serviceable. But I think when the story's offering something more than that, I was hoping maybe the gameplay could push a little bit further. So we'll see how that ass platforming. All trepidatious about it. You know, it's simple double jump, glide, and wall running. It controls very well. Again, it's a lot about the experience. Like they'll time the music playing so you can kind of just get lost in that emotion of the experience, which I think will speak to some. But for me, I was hoping for more challenges. Like they do have this kind of Ori and the Blind Forest inspired escape segment, but it wasn't the butt clencher like that was, where I really felt I was putting my 3D platforming skills to the test, which was just a touch disappointing, at least again in these early frames. I got to remember this is chapter 3, so there is very much the possibility that they're just going easy on you to open things up. But speaking of opening up, you can explore this world, and as I mentioned, pretty linear. You'll be able to have certain pockets you'll go off the beaten path and maybe.
So I mean, what it sounds like is the people that are looking for gameplay, like a meaningful, challenge or something impressive like the combat. It sounds like that's not really what it's trying to be. It sounds like it's trying to be more of just an adventure. And if you buy in on the adventure, it sounds like it works. But if you're looking for, serious gameplay, maybe not so much.
Tech stream is breaking.
Yeah, I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
What's your speed test look like?
I'll show it to you right now. All right. Run speed test. Download, whatever, 450. Usually it's higher. And upload is like, 10. Which is usually usually what it is. So I know people that are watching are saying that the upload is pretty bad, but it's been that way for a very long time.
You're getting 10 megabytes or megabits?
Upload. Yeah.
Surely you're paying for more, right?
I probably am, but
it's gonna be one of those like reset the router moments, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, well. What is the average? Let's see. What is the?
Because I'm getting 110 upload.
Upload?
Right, yeah. And I pay for like the lowest upload plan because I don't stream. I don't send stuff out to the internet.
Oh yeah. Okay. The average is 24, and yeah, I'm paying a lot more than that. Okay. All right. Are we back, you guys, or is it?
We're back.
Okay. So this particular stream. we're just going to have to just, if you want to hang out, if you want to watch it later, it is recording the whole thing, so it won't freeze when you watch it in the past or in the future. But for the afternoon stream, we'll have this worked out, because maybe I just need to reset the router or whatever, because I'm paying a decent amount for my internet. Okay. So, but yeah, South of Midnight. So, whatever. I mean, here's what I think is really, really interesting. Yeah. Charles Darwin says it sounds like Psychonauts 2, and I didn't really like Psychonauts 2, but I love the story. But it is interesting to look. It clearly is an interesting world. It seems like a cool story. It's got a great look, a unique scenario, but you do get to a point that if you're going to put combat in the game, you're going to have those people like you were listening to Mr. Matty going, it sounds like he was looking for more of a unique or compelling, moment-to-moment mechanics-based experience, which is fine. It's a great expectation. I'm just saying that I wonder if there's any way the team could have made that game and made it clearer, other than making it a point-and-click game, that it wasn't really meant to be that, right? Like, how do you make a game that has action? Because the first God of War game was before Corey and Eric and Derek came on. All the combat needed to be was conceptually cool and serviceable. I was not trying to make it as deep as it ended up being, because those guys, brought that to it. And so I do wonder about that now. If you want to tell an action narrative and you've got action in it, how do you communicate to the audience? We're not trying to be that for you. We're not trying to compete with the combat in a Souls game or Ninja Gaiden 2, right? Where we and maybe it's just about the reviewers. Maybe if you hand that game out to a lot of those reviewers that are core game sites, maybe you're going to get those kind of responses. And I'm curious about that. Like what sites might review this better, not because they're easier reviews, but because they are, they connect with that more and they're not looking for that. So I'm excited to watch how this one unfolds. Excited to play it. Certainly excited to see the Avowed reviews this Thursday, as well as play it this Thursday. John says the game looks a wee bit boring, if you ask me. It doesn't to me, but at a gameplay level, it looks perfunctory. But the setting, the story, the sound, all of that has me very excited for it. But, okay. Eternal says, I'm excited for tomorrow. I think Sony has something to prove. With a lackluster year. Oh, I agree. I mean, I absolutely agree. I don't think, I don't know. I don't think they don't know that, but just because they have something to prove, I don't think that means they are in a position with all the live service games they've had to cancel. I don't know if they'll have enough, but maybe we'll see Wolverine. Maybe we'll see this God of War remaster or Egypt even. Not entirely sure. Right. Yeah. The God of War Greek saga, will be announced is sort of what the rumor is, but we'll see, Rob. Drive by Joe. Thank you, buddy. He says, this dude dating your daughter and still has exes coming for cats. Oof. Not everybody has bad relationships with their exes though. That's what you have to understand. I mean, but I don't really care. My daughter's a smart lady. She's not going to stick around for somebody who's not being honest. But I trust Tech. I don't think his ex sounds like she's kind of crazy, truth be told.
She is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the dynamic is pretty intricate. Not with the ex, but
everything is. This idea, these people don't know. Drive by Joe, I appreciate your ducats, though. Thank you, buddy. Do you think the fact the reviewers are jaded from attempting to cram and play everything has an impact on how they review games overall? I think so. Yes. I think Protokaj Yeah, 100%. I think, even me, sometimes I'll be playing a game and I'm like, I need to finish this because I want to play this game to talk about on the stream. Even that, where I'm not being, paid to play this game to write a review, I'll still feel that pressure to speed up. And that's really not how the games are designed to be played. So I'm sure that does play a part. I'm sure, and good reviewers or experienced reviewers probably have kind of trained themselves to be aware of that creeping in, and the good ones can probably kind of peel back and go, okay, that feeling is not what the average customer is going to be dealing with. Carlos says IGN called it generic. I want to see that real quick. Where is that? Let's see. Is this IGN? I think this is IGN. Let's jump to the end here.
That not was rooted in making the animation feel tactile. What would this look like if it were actually handcrafted in real life, she said. What kind of materials would they have been made out of to look like the thing that they're supposed to be made out of? Speaking of stop motion, the team knows that not everyone is going to love the style, Clayton said, and that's fine. Anytime you do something a bit bold, you're going to get polarizing feelings. For what it's worth, if it's that distracting, you'll be able to turn it off outside of cutscenes in South of Midnight's settings. I will say, I did catch a couple of moments with frame rate issues that haven't fully been ironed out yet, but Compulsion is aiming for 60 frames per second on Series X by launch. And when everything is running smoothly as it ought to, South of Midnight should be a uniquely beautiful game that might even make you cry a little bit too. For more South of Midnight reveals and other Xbox
where do they say
exclusives,
it's generic?
It culminated in a cathartic cleansing of the land, both physically and spiritually, that had been choking on a tiny bit woozy. Effectively disorienting, but I was reassured that all of the mapped techniques, push, pull, and what's basically a stun move, are introduced at a pace that's much easier to get acquainted to naturally. Part of the struggle was the auto-lock feature being a little loosey-goosey at times. Because of the volume of haints and where they appear in the combat area, the camera spun around the main character, Hazel, in a way that may be a tiny bit woozy. I eventually got the hang of the weaving moves, plus the timing of dodging for its magic recoil against nearby haints, and found it challenging enough, but not necessarily revolutionary. But I hardly think it needs to be. South of Midnight's charm is, well, basically everything else. As long as it's fun, it was, and not horribly repetitive, it wasn't, then it can, in fact, run almost purely on vibes.
Yeah, so, I think it sounds great. I get it, Moron86. You don't, but I'm excited for it. Like she said, I mean, the combat needs to be functional and serviceable. It is, as she says, and everything else is sort of the star of the show. So I'm super excited for this game. Nothing I've seen makes me not excited. It may suck, but yeah, don't play it though. I don't care. Okay, as to whether or not we'll see stuff tomorrow from Naughty Dog's game, I don't think so. I would be stunned. Addy Pie says, how can you be excited when it's so bland? What is so bland? The world, the enemy design, the narrative, the setting, the music, the story. You think that's bland? Or are you talking just about the combat and platforming? And if you're talking just about, boy, you guys are nuts. Give us a break with this, Jaffe. I mean, seriously, are you about groundbreaking games or sticking to the narrative? I'm a smart guy and you're not, John, is what I would assume. You don't understand nuance, is what I would say. I don't need every game to do the same thing to enjoy it. To me, how can I make this clear? How can I make this clear? I think the setting, the character, the story, the audio, the adventure they're promising is really, really cool. And I enjoy games that are about going on adventures. As much as I enjoy games that are more about just the mechanics. I don't need the gameplay to be revolutionary because I'm not showing up for that. Yeah. I wish the internet had a better way to discuss gameplay that they're not vibing with that wasn't so negative, right? I wish you guys had the vocabulary to say what you're responding to is you come to a game and you demand a level of mechanical sophistication and innovation. And I would agree with you that when you look at South of Midnight, that doesn't seem to be present. But the way you guys expresses it in such a light that if it doesn't have that, it's just bad. That would be like me loving action adventure movies and going to see a movie like, I'm trying to think, some Oscar-winning drama and going, oh, it's bad. Well, no, it's not bad. It's just not the kind of movie I like to see. But in games, at least online, it seems like you guys don't seem to, a lot of you guys anyway, don't seem to have the willingness and or ability to articulate that. So it makes you just sound kind of stupid. And I don't think you're stupid, John. Are you? I don't think you're stupid, Addy Pie. Are you?
One of the complaints I've been hearing from regular gamers in like my age group is the gameplay seems boring enough, right? And the camera seems not well positioned. That playing Prototype, which came out in I think 2008.
You got to either turn the game back. We got to get you a new mic or something because it's ridiculous.
My friends are saying that they'd rather play the Prototype game that came out in 2009 on Sony. You remember that game?
Yeah, of course.
Prototype. Yeah, they're saying that Prototype had better gameplay, it had better mechanics than what they're seeing on these demos. But like you're saying, it seems like people are just overlooking that a new game is there for the new experience, the new story, the new narrative. You're there to enjoy what was created for you. If the mechanics are similar to something else, well, yeah, not every game's going to have brand new mechanics and brand new features on how you can get around the map or whatever.
I mean, but I respect that there are gamers that come to the table specifically, like Astrobot, for example. I don't really like Astrobot like a lot of other people do. I think Astrobot is beautifully made. It's a wonderful game, but I don't like platformers that are platformer first and adventure second, which is why Ratchet Rift Apart to me is an absolute delight, and Astrobot was a game that I didn't even really care to finish. But I get that people who are more mechanic-centric go, Astrobot's amazing because they like that precision challenge. But I don't, yeah. Well, anyway, you got just, all I would say to you guys is, don't play it then. I don't care, but I'm looking forward to it. I think the previews, look great. I may not like it, by the way. I don't have a dog in the fight. If I play it and I'm bored out of my mind, you guys know me, I'll stop playing it. There's too many other things to play. But I want to go on an adventure in this world. I think Southern Gothic horror is cool. I just want the adventure. That's what I'm in this game for. Yeah, I'm with you, Nerdette Newsstand. Absolutely. Eternal says, not every game needs to reinvent the wheel or create a new subgenre, especially when it's like this, right? Especially when it is very new in a lot of other places. So anyway, whatever, let's move on. But you don't have to play it. What you might want to play though is the Steam Co-op Couch Fest is happening over the next week. And then the next week we've got the goddamn Cockadoodie Next Fest. Couch Co-op, and as you guys know, Swapfire is one of the sponsors of our show, which we appreciate very much. The reason I am even tuned into this is because Swapfire has this mechanic where, what is it called? Where you can share, it's kind of like Couch Co-op for games that don't have net connection, but you can you can do it like PlayStation, like screen share kind of thing, right? And so I want to try this a little bit. I want to try that big helmet head game that came out the other day that people say plays pretty good, actually. Have you ever done, has anybody ever done one of these shared games? And if so, we should try one. I'm Banjo. Well, Ravno says, Jaffe, you are Banjo-Kazooie over Mario, right? Yes, at least the new Mario. I like Mario 64 a great deal, but I like Banjo-Kazooie more than Odyssey. Yes. So I'm trying to think if we wanted to try one of these. Let's see if there's a demo we can just try real quick and see how easy it is to get this up and running. So let's see. Couch co-op. What do we got here? Big Helmet Heroes. Is there a demo for that? I don't want to buy. Okay, there's a demo. All right. Tech, go download the demo. Would you?
Downloading now.
All right. Let's see if we can actually play this with the shared. We may not be able to. I don't know. Hang on. It didn't work, Carlos says, for you guys when you tried it. Yeah. It may not work for us either. But I want to try because I do want to play Swapfire and Couch Co-op. It may be an internet thing. I don't know. But anyway, this is going on in the meantime while we're downloading it. So just, if you're into such things, or you do play your Steam games split screen or co-op without the internet, check it out. Could be interesting. Orcs Must Die is fun. Co-op, stupid fun. Cool. Okay. Stranded Deep is a fun co-op. I don't think there's a demo. Okay, cool. Well, let's we'll give it a look when it's downloading. I played this demo last night that I want to. Let me make sure I don't want to miss any of the news before I get into some games, but I do want to show you guys. I played this demo last night that I just thought was really cool. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Your game is ready to play. It's called Deck of Haunts. It's not out yet. It's early. But it's a game where you literally play a haunted house. You are the haunted house. And you are trying to protect the heart of your haunted house, which is that. And you've got these investigators coming in that you have to either drive insane or you have to kill. And there's so many nights you've got to keep your haunted house alive. And you get cards that you can use to add rooms and build onto the haunted house. And you get cards that you can use to make people lose their minds or haunt certain rooms. And it's conceptually very strong. Mechanically, there's a lot of potential, but I think it's very, very early. But I do recommend looking at the demo if you play demos over on Steam, because it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, is yours downloaded yet, Tech?
I am at 30%.
Okay, so what we're gonna do? Oh, that's loud. That's loud. All right, I'm gonna open it. Let me move the chat over here. And I want to show this to you guys, and let's actually see if it even... The demo may not have... the demo may not even have what we're looking for, which is the couch co-op, but it might. Okay. Yeah, Frosty, I recommend it. It's called Deck of Haunts. Deck of Haunts. Give it a look. Let's see. Okay, why? There we go. All right. So let me open this and see. This is the Big Helmet Heroes demo. Oh, bitrate indies are the best, man. Okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna take myself off stream for this. There's more.
I don't need. Well, you may not need to because we may not be able to share, but we might. Let's see.
Oh, you made me smaller. That's fine.
Well, it looks great. Let me get my controller. Okay, but I want to bring somebody in. Oh, Jacob Martin, it's coming to PS5. I mean, yeah, maybe it's coming to PS5 and Xbox. That'd be awesome. Okay, options, no. Okay, so maybe you have to hit a controller. Okay. Okay, so, okay, player 2, press A to join. Okay, so how do I now, how do I, hang on, let me turn this down. 1 second, fellas, I'm doing this on the fly. Okay, so the question is, if I want to use the Steam, open up your, okay, so Shift Tab, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now what? Now what? It's shared play, right. So how do I do that? Share a link with anyone, remote play, got it. Okay. So drag friends, okay, invite anyone to play. Invite a friend. What are you called? Tech Protect?
I am Tech Protect.
Okay, confirm. Rob the mod, you want an invite? Anybody want an invite? That's pretty cool if it's that easy. Who's got this downloaded?
Oh, I don't even need to have it downloaded.
You don't? Oh, shit. Let's see. Well, Swapfire may have actually been right all along. Are you in? I think I just heard you come in. Let's see. Okay, hit a button.
Hold escape to control session. Oh, do I need a controller?
Yes, do you have a controller?
I do not.
No, you don't need a controller, though. No.
It says input is temporarily disabled while the host is busy.
While the host is what?
Busy. I think you're...
Oh, okay. Try now. Try now. Reviews really admired the collecting characters in this game. All right, cool. This game just came out, so if it flopped, they kind of wrote their obituary very quickly. Okay, go back to the main menu. All right, Carlos, what else? Okay, Rob, I'll invite you as well. Here you go. It's running at 10 frames a second. Maybe that's just my stream, man. I don't know anymore. I'm so tired of this bullshit. Invite anyone to play. Rob. What is your name, Rob? What's your name in the thing? It's not Rob the Mod, is it? It's Darth Nugget. It's called Big Helmet Heroes. It's the demo. Rob, are you there? Oh, yeah, Gauntlet's on there as well, Sergeant Frosty. Absolutely. So only one person needs the game. That's cool. Mike Honcho. That's your name? Mike Honcho? Oh, no. All right, here we go. All right, there you go, Robert. I think you've been invited, correct? Okay. That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. Okay, you've both been invited to play. Confirm. All right.
I think we just let Rob do it. I'm not gonna be able to find a controller.
You can use your keyboard, dude.
Well, let me.
It will. Hang on. Okay, so now I'll restart the level. Because I was using my keyboard. What's going on?
I was unable to come in. I was able to just watch you play.
The game is lagging? Is the game lagging?
On Steam, yes. On the stream.
I'm a little confused. Okay. Is the game lagging when you guys are watching me play it or no?
Not on YouTube, just on Steam.
All right. I don't know where Rob the mod disappeared to, so maybe this isn't going to work for now. Rob, are you able to play? All right. Well, what I need to do is I got to figure out my internet right after this stream anyway. So maybe this is something we do on a later show. Because yeah, I don't want to make it look terrible, but it is really fun. The demo, I'll be playing some more of it. It sucks though. So even that is, that's kind of getting chunky. Let me show you this game then while we're at it though. Okay. This game is pretty cool. I just want to show you a little bit. Deck of Haunts. Okay. Do you guys mind? Can I show this? What do you think, Tech? Is it cool if I put a game on, or do we want to talk about other things?
Go for it. Game.
All right. I want to. Well, we got another show coming up this afternoon, but I do want to show you this game real quick, if you don't mind. This is really cool. This is called Deck of Haunts. I'll just play this for a few minutes. Okay. I hear you're saying it's too much for my PC. My PC is pretty much brand new. And I think it's that upload speed, man. Like I said, I got to check into that. Okay, so let me okay. So let me walk you through this briefly. Here's what it is. Hang on. Okay. It's turn-based. Like I said, you are playing the haunted house itself. And this is your heart. And this is the health of your heart. And over a certain number of nights, you have paranormal investigators that are coming in, and they are trying to determine if they're trying to kill the haunted house. Tech, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, somebody said the stream died, but okay. But the game is running. You're able to see the game on YouTube?
I can see it on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. So you've got the guy in here. We start with one guy, John. He's got 7 hit points, 7 sanity points. And he's able to walk around one room at a time. And you start with these cards that you can move a human to a random room. You can drain their sanity, drain their health, right? And what you want to do is they're going to try to make their way to the heart to kill it. So you need to stop them before they get there, but it's not just tower defense, right? So this is like a simple opening level. So I'll use phantom ranking on him. I'll damage him, and then some of his sanity, and each card costs a certain amount. Okay, so now he gets his turn. He goes to this room, and he's going to start to explore there. Okay, so now I'm going to... I won't be able to kill him this time, but I will be able to drive him mad. So I'll make the whole room
cold, and there are tension has like multipliers, right? So he just took 2 damage to his tension, and now I'm gonna drain more of his sanity, and now he's gonna go insane. Okay, and those points then go into essence points, and essence points are used, and you get to add a card, right? And you can see this affects a room. This affects a room in which there's only one person. This affects anybody in a room. So the cards have certain limiters on it, but I'll do this one, which is deal 3 damage and draw a card. And then cards to build the houses. So I'm going to add a bell tower to the house. And the bell tower creates, I believe the bell tower creates a ghost of a witch that starts wandering the house. And she will take people's sanity. And I'll take the kitchen and I'll add it here, and I don't think I have enough. Yeah, I have enough money. I'll put the living room here. Okay. All right. So that's all the building. And now we have the second night. And now you have 2 people coming in, and over the course, you have a lot more people. And you have, they have different abilities, but right now it's just 2 of them, right? So let's see. What can I do? I can move to I'm going to work on the sanity of Asami because she doesn't have a lot. And then I'll start working on damaging this guy's health. Okay. Let's see okay, there's the ghost from the bell tower. She's left the bell tower. Where is the bell tower? I didn't place it? Oh, yeah, it's right here. There's the bell tower. And once she goes in there, she's going to start draining their sanity as well. I'm going to use chilling cold on this room. And so they both take tension. And then I'm going to damage Dwayne, which will let me draw a card. Oh, no. See that? It doesn't work because it says solo human. They have to be in a room by themselves for that ghost to work. So I can use any human. And I can use any human. And he's dead now. And now she's panicked. Which means she's going to try to get out of the house. So I have to drive her insane, or I have to kill her in the next move, or she's going to escape. So this is my last move, but I think I can do it because I need to do... I may not be able to do it. Let's see, 6. I'll just be able to do it. Right, so here she goes. Oops. Oh, shit, that's right. Okay, and then I'm just going to kill her. Okay. And now you get 2 essence, and you can grab another card. Linger. I will do this. Deal 3 damage and drain 2. And then you can also do things like special rooms. So I'll take the phobia room. And that's all I'll take for now. So I can put phobia wherever I want. Again, I want to make sure that these guys don't make it to the heart. So I'm going to put phobia in this room. Oh, I can't. It's got to be 4 tiles big. I'll put it in this room. So when they go in there, the act of entering the room will drain 2 bits of their sanity, basically. Okay, so, or whatever the unit is for sanity. Now we have 3. No, we have 2, but now they have traits, right? So this guy, Henry, who looks like Michael Myers, on the end of the turn, other explorers in the room will gain back a sanity point, basically. So that's sort of his unique aspect. So you want to make sure that, but you can do things like I can take him if I go into her and I take Grace and I remove her sanity and I don't want him to heal her, I can use, shifting hallways and I can move him to a random room. He's in the bell tower now, and that's unfortunate because he's closer to the house, to the heart, but maybe I can move him to... Oh, I fucked that up. Now I moved him even... Now he's going to make it into the heart the next. but it won't. No. Oh, he went that way. Okay, good. Okay. So I got to see if I can do something with him, but I don't have any moving. So let's see. Drain. All right, let's at least take this guy out. Okay. Now he's going to make it in there. His health is low, though. So I'll take some damage on my heart. Here's how you win. You win by surviving enough nights in the haunted house. Oh, shit, he's leaving because he saw the dead body. So I have 2 turns before he does. Okay, but I'm going to kill him. He's going to die pretty easy. Okay, and then 1 more and he's dead. So basically, if you can keep the house alive for a certain number of nights, you win that round. And you get a new card at the end of every round, right? So discard 1 card, adds 2 AP, and you can only use this card once. It won't recycle at the end of the night, but I'm going to use this one to let me draw 3 cards. And then I'm going to add some rooms to it. You can upgrade a basic room that will store a card to increase your card draw by 1, but I'm not going to spend on that. I want to make a bigger room. They are aware they're trying to get to the heart of the house, yes. I have not yet figured out the strategy for building rooms yet. Like, why would I put this room here instead of there or whatever? No, you don't want to keep them alive. You want to kill them. You want to keep the heart alive. But you want them dead, and then that ends the night. And now you've got this guy coming in now. This dude's a stonemason, and he heals people, but he also has other abilities. This guy gets panicky. So let's see. I'll do linger first off, if I can. All right. Let's damn it. I'm going to deal with the stonemason. Nope, because he's got to be in a room by himself. Yeah, it's a demo. So I'm going to use cold tension into the whole room, and they all take a little hit to their sanity. I'm going to try to get the stonemason out of commission as soon as possible. It's not like Betrayal at House on the Hill. It's more like, and there's the ghost. Now, if this guy makes it into that room, oh, he's got to be in a room by himself, right? Okay. Let's just try to drive this guy insane then. And I want to move this guy. Nope, he's going to go that way. Okay. No, Steam Next Fest is next week. Okay, so this guy is about to make it into that room. So let's see. I'm going to move him to a random room so he doesn't have the chance. And he just ended up over here. And now I'm going to try to kill. Let's see. Damage any human. And they're also, by the way, it says Witch's Curse. So if they're in the room, if they're in the room with you, with the ghost, it'll drain their sanity as well. But let's take the. I'm gonna leave that guy alone for now because he's in a safe place. But let me work on this guy's health. That's got to be solo. Might as well use it. No, I'll use this one then. Okay. Okay, so now we can do... So these guys are both about to get to the heart of the house, which is not good. So let's... And I can't use this card on them. So let's see if... And I'm not going to be able to... Let's see. Put the top card... Okay, I'm going to move... Let me move somebody. Okay, so he got moved at least, so he won't hurt the house. This guy's the problem. Let's see what I can do. Because he's got... Who is this dude? He's got 11. Let me just see if I can kill him. He's by himself now, So I can use that card. I have one left. Oh, yeah, he's fucked. Thank God. All right, so I killed that guy. So the heart is still safe. I end my turn. And now let's drive this stonemason insane so he's out of commission. Okay, so he's out. And now we've only got one more dude, right? And he's low on health. He goes into this room. And there's a cool card you can get that causes the clock tower to actually drop. The bell tower to drop and crush the guy. But we're not going to need that because he's pretty much fucked. Now, you could do everything. Like, if you're able... Let's see. His sanity's dead, but he's alive. She's dead, but the sanity was okay. I wonder if you get more points if you do both. But regardless... oh, right. He's insane, but he's still alive. So he counts as a solo card. You can't use a solo card. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea, right? So then you get more cards, different abilities, different rooms. Then you start to build out your haunted house, and they start to add more different types of explorers, blah, blah, blah. It's very early in development. I don't know, you know, they say basically it's like, hey, play the game, hit us up on our Discord, talk to us. I have no idea how deep this is going to be. I have no idea how varied it's going to be, but I can tell you as a first glance, as a first blush, this is awesome. This is a really fun idea. Mechanically speaking, I will say right now that the tone of this game is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And I don't know if... I don't have the brain to recognize how much depth of strategy is on display here. And so it could be that after about 2 hours of it, it's like, okay, you get it, you're bored. Or it could be a very deep, rich game, which it's going to have to be successful. But I can tell you right now as a demo, it's really satisfying. It's really fresh. It's really cool. And I hope it continues to evolve and it actually becomes pretty deep, is what I would say. But anyway, this is called, what is this called? Deck of Haunts. And you can get it on Steam now. It sounds like it is coming out for, consoles, which is a weird thing, but you know, I don't know how they play. I've not played the Metal Gear Acid games. I own one, but I never played it. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap the stream up. I need to figure out what in the cockadoodie fuck is going on with the internet and why it's so choppy. So I'm going to get on the phone with these guys, work through that, but we will be back later this afternoon around 5 with another stream. We'll get into the video game news of the day. Maybe they'll have some more state of play leaks we can talk about. We did talk about the South of Midnight previews today, which I know some of you guys don't give a shit, but I'm excited. And I want to tell you about some of these interesting experiences I've been having in Kingdom Come 2. There's some weird stuff in there about the Jews. What? I'm just saying we got to talk about it. So drop a like. Thank you, Rob. Consider a subscription, a membership. And thank you guys for hanging out. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Tech. Tech, I'm going to call you right when we wrap this up. But I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.